No musical intro tonight. Eliot will not be joining us. He's having old man problems, which is okay. But Ken's here. John will be here a little bit later. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Since John's not here, Ken, you have requested to talk about the World Series.
Yes, I will.
Congratulations to the Texas Rangers for beating
First off, greetings to Nerd Nation.
What's up?
Just wanted to say, first off, although I am now how you doing, Anthony? Good to see you.
Hey, Anthony.
Even though I am now a member of Red Sox Nation, the Rangers still hold a little bit of a soft spot in my heart since I grew up with them and everything. So I'm very happy that they won. The parade was phenomenal. I did not go. I watched it on TV, but there were 700,000 people out there, just in the vicinity of the ballpark, the stadium trilogy right there. And very, very happy for the Rangers and their fans. And let's get it going again here real soon. Pitchers and catchers reporting about 70 days, something like that. So.
Okay, already doing pitchers and catchers, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. I guess closer to 90 days, I guess. But yep, I'm happy for the Rangers fans and Rangers, and they put on a really good series because
that was their first World Series ever, too, wasn't it?
First World Series ever, first championship ever. They've been to that was their third series, World Series, but that was their first championship, and it was pretty phenomenal. 11-0 on the road. You don't see that very often. In fact, you never have seen it ever. So, and I don't know if you'll ever see it again anytime soon. So that was pretty remarkable.
Well, they've been playing pretty good all year long.
They
never lost their momentum, never lost their mojo, so to speak.
Right.
The whole season. Pretty, and they didn't come out of nowhere. Everybody was talking about the Rangers all year long because they were doing so well. I'm just glad to see somebody win other than the Astros or the Yankees, the Dodgers.
The Astros fans are still complaining about it, and that's all fine and dandy. That's what they do best. But
cheaters.
Interesting thing that the four teams that the Rangers beat along the way: the Rays, the Orioles, the Astros, and the Diamondbacks. ROWD, Road Warriors.
Oh yeah.
So, yep, that was Corey Seager was pretty impressive. Garcia, before he got hurt, was real good. So, it'd be interesting to see what they do during free agency, since Jordan Montgomery is one of the biggest go-afters. So he's a unrestricted free agent, so they don't get anything compensation if he goes.
Right.
I think they're going to work real hard to keep him in the corral. So,
well, here's an interesting tidbit: the Reds refused to pick up the option on Joey Votto.
He
will be a free agent for next year. Could you imagine the Rangers going after and getting Joey Votto?
That would be amazing. I'll tell you what, though, the team that I would like to see Joey Votto play for next year, and this
is the Red Sox?
No, well, I wouldn't mind having him, but the Toronto Blue Jays.
Really?
Since he's Canadian.
Yeah.
Joey's Canadian, and I think he's from the Toronto area, so I think it'd be real interesting to see him now having to go up against the Blue Jays. That's not going to be a whole lot of fun, but then Joey's getting up there a little bit. He's in his late 30s, I think. So, but he still wields a pretty solid bat, though. So, and one of the better fielding first basemen we've seen in a while. So, a lot of these free agents are going to be real interesting. Of course, Shohei Ohtani is going to be the key one.
He's a free agent. If you want to go,
see where he goes.
Yep.
Apparently, they think he's going to go down south a little bit to the Dodgers. But Marlins picked up general manager Peter Bendix from the Rays.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I have a little bit of something else to talk about that after a while, but
another Indians note. Another baseball note. The Indians have a new manager.
Who'd they get?
Craig Counsell.
Oh, they got Craig Counsell. Okay.
Yes.
I know he was going to be in the running, but he's good. He did real well with the Brewers. So
he's a new manager of the Guardians.
Guardians
to succeed Tito. He was at the Browns game today too, by the way.
Well, cool.
So the Guardians have a new era going in. Hopefully they can do something with it. I love Tito. I'm sorry to see him go, but I know he's getting up there in age and he wants to spend more time with his family.
He's a little bit older than I am, so yeah.
So congrats to Craig Counsell. Welcome to Cleveland. Now, NFL. Let's start with Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell was it? Where did I go? Look out over here. Come on.
Where the Steelers beat the Titans 20-16.
Yes, I'm trying to find the game on ESPN. It's like driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Titans
had a chance to win it right there at the end, and you got picked off in the end zone.
The Steelers are finding ways to win games, and it's crazy because they're not a good team. They really aren't.
Yeah, but Tomlin was the X factor. I mean, you have to consider that since 1969, he's only the third coach they've ever had.
Yeah, it's true.
So he's getting close to Chuck Noll and all of them as far as wins. They're not as strong a team as they have been, especially on defense. But their defense came up big Thursday night. So I mean, you just never know with them. They're as unpredictable as it is.
Well, Peter Pickens didn't seem to be too happy. He said, "Let me go. Free me from my contract because I'm not getting targeted."
Right.
He's whining like every other prima donna Pittsburgh Steelers. Reminds me of AB and his prima donna attitude as well.
Yep.
So Pickens is crying and whining because he's not getting the ball.
Well, the thing about
my opinion is, hey Pickens, look at your record. You get a winning record. You're winning games. Okay. Who cares about your individual crap?
Right.
You're winning games. Okay.
And the fact of the matter is, of all the targets he's getting, he's only catching like a third of them. So
correct. And also,
so I mean, if you don't catch at least 2/3 of your targets, you're not going to get the ball. That's right, exactly, Brett. Catch the ball and your targets will go up. Exactly. He's typical of these receivers that I want the ball and everything. Just like T.O., just throw me the damn ball. And
AB too. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. And I mean. Yeah, if we throw you the damn ball, catch the damn ball, and we'll see where we can go from there. But yeah, that's
and there was a player that got fined, another Steeler, who made comments towards the fact that the officials got paid, and that's why they lost not this week but the week before. And I can't remember the name of the friggin' player for some reason. Hang on a second.
Yeah, I saw it on the wire, but I can't remember who it was. But yeah, if you talk about the officials, you will get fined, and it's a fact. Coaches and players alike. So,
that would be Deontay Johnson, who was fined $25,000 for ripping the refs. Questioned the integrity of the officials, asserting they wanted the Jaguars to win. They was calling some stupid stuff. Says Johnson. They should get fined for calling bad, making worse, terrible calls and stuff like that. That's how pissed I am. They cost us the game. I don't care what nobody say. They cost us the game. He continues saying the officials wanted the Jaguars to win, They was calling everything was in their favor. They were getting every little call, but it is what it is.
Mm.
You know what? Tomlin needs to get in there and say, you know what? Shut your freaking mouth.
Yes.
Both those guys, not just Johnson, okay?
Everybody.
But Pickett as well. Just worry about what you're doing. Do your job. Don't worry about anything else. Just
do your job.
Do your job. As Bill Belichick has so said his entire career.
Right.
Speaking of Bill Belichick, the Las Vegas Raiders fired their head coach and GM a year and a half into their tenure, and they're paying 80. Now, Brian Davis is going to be paying $85 million for them not to coach the team.
He's the gift that keeps giving, isn't he?
Yeah, but you know
it's
what?
Just that's like the fourth or fifth team he's had the reins of and been fired every time. And
because the guy sucks.
I can't imagine anybody wanting him as head coach.
The guy sucks as a head coach.
Yes, that's a fact.
He's a great offensive coordinator. He's a great offensive coordinator, but as a head coach, he's terrible.
Yeah. He's just not head coaching material, and I said, I agree with you. He's a better offensive coordinator, but as a head coach, not so much.
No, not at all.
He's like, if he wanted to get a job in, say, like the USFL or the XFL, he might thrive in that, but not in the NFL. No, we don't play that game.
Well, and I've heard this said before by people in the media. The Belichick way is no longer the ideal way to do things.
No, not anymore.
Not in today's NFL.
It wasn't about 15, 20 years ago. Not anymore. And he's showing
that. The Belichick way is no longer the gold standard in the NFL. It doesn't work. It, it shows because once Belichick lost Brady, his coaching ability went down the tube.
Schools out. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Patriots.
So maybe it wasn't Bill, but maybe it was Brady or the combination of the two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patriots dynasty is over with, and Belichick dynasty.
Now we're going into the Kansas City dynasty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
they went in and they pretty much kicked the shit out of Miami. The score is deceitful because they were up 21-0 at halftime.
Yeah. Hate to say it, but we may be looking at a rematch of the Super Bowl this year. We haven't had I don't think have we ever had a rematch right back to back.
Buffalo and Dallas.
Buffalo and Dallas. That's right. Yeah, one time.
Back in the 90s.
Yep, I think that's the only time.
It was the third time. I think it was it was the fourth time. It was the fourth in a row that Buffalo went, and they kept saying at the during the championship, during the AFC Championship, we're back. We're still here. So, yeah. But
Kansas City. I mean, from what I saw, I didn't get to see the game, but they jumped, like you said, jumped out to 21-0 lead, and then kind of coasted from there.
Right. Absolutely.
And frankly, playing in Germany, having to go that far, and you're going even farther than England.
Right.
It's at least another hour to get there.
I will say this. The broadcast team, I don't know if you've watched the game or not. I don't know if you got NFL Plus or NFL Network.
No.
The broadcast team was Rich Eisen, who called play-by-play.
Right.
Dan Orlovsky was on loan from ESPN to the NFL Network.
Okay.
And Jason McCourty, who's on NFL.
McCourty. Okay.
Jason McCourty, formerly of the Patriots.
Patriots. Yep.
And he does and he also is a co-host of NFL's Good Morning Football.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Eisen's a great play-by-play. I don't know if you ever heard him do play-by-play.
No,
he's really good at play-by-play. And of course, I love me some Orlovsky because he's smart as hell. I love the way he breaks down film. I love the way he talks. He doesn't use big words, and he gives the description of stuff in layman's terms. And McCarty is just a cool dude. He really is.
Yeah.
So it was a good broadcast team. I liked the play. The second touchdown or the third touchdown, I forget which one it was. The lateral that that defender just went crazy, went nuts, and ran his ass off down the field. Let me go back to here. Hang on, where is it? It is. Where'd you go? Come on. No. Where the hell did he go? Come on, ESPN. You're killing me here.
I can probably find it.
There it is. I got it.
Okay.
Let's see. Touchdowns. Brian Cook was the guy that got the lateral.
Okay.
And let's see the interceptions. There were no interceptions. It was a fumble. Was it a fumble? I think it was a fumble. Because Tua threw it out to Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And the original defender, I forget who it was. I don't know the name of the guy. Pulled the ball right out of his arms.
Yeah.
And
then
he was just running, but Tyreek wrapped him up, and he looked back, and there was, where'd it go? Give me a break. I'm just okay. There was Brian Cook right behind him. Just give me the ball. He laterals to Brian Cook, and Brian Cook takes off down the sideline and scores a touchdown. Mm-hmm. That was a hell of a play by the defense. Yeah, I mean, I think the game, the final score does not reflect how dominant Kansas City was in that game.
It was flattering to the Dolphins, huh?
Yes. So, that's off the KC, the better of the two teams. I would have much rather seen this game at Arrowhead for Tyreek Hill's sake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
But it was. I mean, you know what? I love watching football at 9:30 in the morning. It's freaking great.
All day football, all day, all night. Yeah, from what little highlights I've seen so far, looked like Tua was having pressure on him all the day long.
Yep.
Hey, John. Getting to him. Hey, how's it going, John?
What's the matter, John? You're shaking your head. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just waiting for you guys to finish, and then I'm going to go off on my rant. But
okay. Ran away. I'm done.
So, Ken.
Yes, sir.
You remember how much this guy up here, he loves cats, right? Like, cats are his thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're just these amazing little creatures. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's story time, guys. You ready for this? So, I'm sitting here doing some work, watching football on a beautiful afternoon. Beautiful, I say, because it's above freezing. And my wife's brother was here, and he goes outside, and Tita's, her mom's like, come quick. So Tita goes out, and I'm not paying any attention to it. But then Tita's like, oh, you got to come out and see. We found all these kittens.
Oh, no.
So 4 kittens. They found 4 kittens just wandering around the house, right? So Tita gets it in her head that, these will be great to have as farm cats. They'll take care of they'll take care of the mice and all this and that and the third. Sure, whatever. So we drive down to there's a corner store down there, and they have little cat food things. So we went and bought, a couple of cat food things, and cute little kittens. They're probably maybe 2 months old. They're not babies, but they're not, they're.
But you're not a cat guy, John. You're not. You never have been.
Oh, I'm after this. Wait until you hear this. So I'm just like not even thinking, because I haven't had a cat since I was like 10 years old. So I'm just like I'm used to my dog. So like when my dog, gets a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you can put it in her mouth, and she'll just take it out of your mouth. She won't touch your fingers.
Right.
So I go buy these little treats for the little kitties, cute little kitties, and then of course it gets me.
I got you.
No.
Right. But wait, there's more.
Wait, there's
There's
more.
always more.
These are feral cats.
Right.
These are out in the country.
Correct, which means you're worried about rabies or worried about diseases. There you go.
Mhm.
Right.
So guess what I do for the afternoon?
You went to the doctor to make sure you got a tetanus shot, make sure you weren't going to get rabies.
Well, I went and got the tetanus shot, and now
Yeah.
I got Alberta Health Services is going to call me because we still have 2 of the cats. 2 of them, the 2 that didn't bite me, don't know where they are. But the one of the 2 that did get, and it wasn't vicious. It was just it didn't know what to do. So when I had the food, it grabbed my finger.
Right.
Whatever. It's not the cat. It's not at fault. But Alberta Health Service is like, okay, we got to make sure the cats 10 days. You got to keep the cats under observance for 10 days, and this, that, and the third. So we got the cats now out in the garage. We got 2 little stupid little cats out in the garage now.
Welcome
so
to
I got all these pills and all this.
Welcome to the wonderful life of being a cat dad.
I'm not, definitely not, dude. Like, listen, they want to stay out there where they want to catch mice, do their thing. That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
But the fact I got to go through all this because, like, really? Like, it's not like a dog. Like, it literally bit my finger thinking my finger was the food.
But at 2 months, it doesn't know any better. John.
It doesn't know. It's the first time I'm sure a human has even put food near its mouth.
Correct.
Like, guaranteed.
Right. Cats
and they're well
for just taking food out of your hand. You got to put them in a bowl or put them on the floor.
Yeah.
Let them eat it that way.
Let them eat it. Right.
Yeah. Because with my 2, when I give them treats, I use the treats that have the soft stuff inside and the crunchy on the outside. Temptations, I think is what they're called. That's what I use for my kids. And I put their treats on the floor.
Right.
I do not feed them by hand.
Well, didn't know because I'm used to dogs. And dogs, you just give it to them and they take it out of your hand.
Nice. John, you don't want to feed cats by hand. You don't want to just put it on the ground.
That little thing had a chomper on it, man.
Yep.
Like, I mean, this is like, it got me on this side of my finger. So it got me here and it got me here. And again, it wasn't like it was biting me out of it, it
wasn't scared. It wasn't afraid.
No, not at all. No, it came up to me and was like, I was just trying to show the kids the cat. Right? So now I got
what did the boys think of the cats?
Huh?
What did the boys think of the cats?
The attention span of goldfish, man. They're like, oh, cute cats. That's going on? Like, they didn't.
Squirrel.
It was whatever. Yeah, squirrel. It was literally squirrel. Yeah, they're not. They're downstairs. They're more interested in the Paw Patrol movie. So
it likes the cats because is she a cat person?
Not really. She's an animal person. Like, she gets it in her head, like, oh, I'm gonna have a new animal. It's like, dude, listen. In my life, I have had a bird show up at my front door because my wife wanted a bird. I've had a ferret show up at my front door because my wife wanted a ferret. I've had different types of dogs show. The Rottweiler isn't even my idea. The Rottweiler was actually my wife's idea because she saw a Rottweiler and got it in her head. We should get another Rottweiler.
Well, because come on, your boy was your previous dog was your girl, and you love that. You love that breed.
Like, I'm a big fan of the German breeds, but dude, it's like this little cat. Like, they're cute little things. They're adorable little cats, like really friendly, and they're just but they're feral. I don't know where they come from. They're out in the country. I mean, 4 of them just show up.
Someone dumped them out.
Someone dumped them, or they're from a farm.
We get that all the time here, but we're in the city, so it happens.
But hey, I'm up to date now. I got my tetanus shot. I'm good for the next 10 years.
I have not had a tetanus shot in I don't know how long. So
that's what they're like asking me. Like, are you up to date? I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? I can't tell you the last time I even.
I've seen that on some of the forms I've had to fill out just for going to the doctor for a checkup. Have you had a tetanus shot lately? Oh, no. I had one
when I was a kid.
I think 1986, I believe.
Dude, and that's the thing. Like they expect you to know. Like, are you up to date? It's like,
right, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, let me check my files right quick.
Yeah, let me check my file. Oh, we're gonna have to. They're like, we're gonna have to file because the government is super. Like, they're just like, listen.
Oh yeah.
We got to make sure because
Canada.
They don't want any cat with rabies, any animal with rabies getting out, right?
Nope.
Especially, So, if I'm dead in a couple of weeks, then it was nice knowing you guys, and that was basically it.
I don't think.
Don't say that. Don't say that right after I come back from a funeral this weekend, okay? Please.
Well, you did. That's like this. You never know with this stuff. You never know. So, I got drugs.
Let me ask you, John, before I get to my Browns team, what are your thoughts about tonight's game?
Oh, it's going to be whatever. If we lose, it's we're underdogs. If we win, we're first in the AFC East. So It's like the narratives are stupidity. It's whatever. It's a big game, and it's probably it's going to make our season go a lot easier if we win. But dude, I just like I can't handle the stress these days of if the Bills lose or win these. Like it's just, yeah. Good luck. Let's go. So I'll watch the game and cuss and swear and throw things, but I got to go get the cats because we're gonna put them in the little crate we got here for 10 days now, so they're not gonna be happy, but we gotta keep them in here
and then let them out and have them catch the mice and whatever else they can catch.
Oh, after the 10 days, I told the wife, I said we got a nice little place where they can go. It's in a barn. There's no wind. The wind can't get them. They can go as much as they want, and they will have a field day with the mice. They'll go nuts.
And my question is the barn going to be warm enough during those really cold nights in Edmonton?
I have no idea. I don't know. Well, what can a cat take? I don't know.
Well, and again, because you don't want them to freeze to death out there. That's what I'm worried about. I mean, if they're in a closed up barn, then maybe okay, but
well, I'd like the chickens will be fine. I know that, but chickens have got all that down feather, right? So, but
cats have fur, so the fur is supposed to keep them warm too. But I mean, you want to keep an eye on them because again, you guys get ungodly cold up there,
right?
Oh, and the wind.
You're that close to the Arctic Circle, and
So we'll judge it by it's actually the next couple of weeks is pretty warm, so.
Good.
Warm, relative warm.
So it got dark here about 5:45.
Right.
It was dark here at like 5:20.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let me go into the Browns real quick, guys. I'm not going to brag up to a point because the fact that it was Arizona. They were starting a rookie quarterback. But the defense showed up. They kept they held the Cardinals to 58 total yards. They had 3 sacks
for the game.
Or they had for the game, 58 total yards for the game. They had 7 sacks, 3 by one player. And I gotta find that name. Hang on a second. Where'd it go? Here you go. Come here. Oh, it's up here. Yeah. It was no, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Hang on 1 second. Dalvin Tomlinson had 2.5 sacks on his own. Grant Delpit had 1, had a half. Shelby Harris, Zadarius Smith, Myles Garrett had 1. Jordan Elliott had 1. There were 7 total sacks on Clayton Tune. Again, he's a rookie.
He's one from the University of Houston, isn't he?
Yeah. Deshaun Watson was 19 of 30 for 219, 2 touchdowns, and a quarterback rating of 107.5. The key and the most important statistic today for the Browns wasn't just the defense laying a donut on the Cardinals. It was the fact that we did not turn the ball over all game. There were no offensive turnovers. They didn't have a fumble or interception. Deshaun took care of the football. He had a couple of great throws to Amari Cooper today, who had 139 receiving yards and a touchdown.
Wow.
He had a couple of great catches, long catches, one for 49 yards, another for 59 yards. The run game, I mean, the total rushing was 113 between 4 different backs. Kareem Hunt got a lot of carries in the red zone. He had a touchdown in the red zone as well. But I mean, all in all, it was a great win for the Browns again. But I'm not going to get too excited because again, it was just Arizona. All right. Next week is the test. We play Baltimore next week in Baltimore. So we'll see how it goes. Watson had a good game. He looked healthy. He had zip on his passes. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm glad they won. They're 5-3. They're still in the playoff hunt. They're still, as if playoffs are now, they'd be in the playoffs. So I'm looking at tonight's game, rooting the hell out of Buffalo tonight. Hopefully the Bengals get their ass kicked. But the Browns have Baltimore next week, and then the week after they're playing Pittsburgh. So 2 big games coming up back to back. I'm hoping the Browns. It's a great test for the Browns. I'm looking forward to see what they do. So
that's exciting. Go Brownies. Ken, sorry to be a. Did the Cowboys win or lose? I don't know.
They lost.
Did they?
28-23. They made a game of it, but too little, too late.
I mean, they look good. They look good, Ken.
From what I saw, I mean, I was gone all afternoon long, so from what I saw after I came back, they looked pretty good. But I was listening to it on the radio on the way home, and they kept getting penalties after penalties. We had one holding penalty that should not have been called because he had his hands inside the jersey, inside the shoulder pad, so that's not holding, and they called it anyway. And again, Dak took a few too many chances and out of desperation.
He didn't have any picks. He didn't
throw any last week either. So I mean, he's getting better, but
he was sacked 5 times.
Yeah. He
threw for 374 yards, which is pretty freaking good if you ask me. And he had 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. I mean, I didn't expect us to win this game.
There was no rushing game today, Ken. That was a big problem. The rushing game was non-existent. 73 total yards.
They are still struggling to get Pollard free.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's part him and part the offensive line. Offensive line, I mean, you can see with the way that the defenses are pressuring Dak that the offensive line is just not performing like they should.
Right.
And that may be part of what Pollard's problem is. He can't get free because of them. But having said that, Pollard is not, because he's not having to play behind Zeke anymore. He's the number one guy. He's not quite living up to what we were hoping to get from him. So,
well, is the offensive line not getting pushes out there to get to where?
They're not. They're not
creating space for him.
Right, exactly. Tyron Smith, he's not hurt right now, but he's injury prone. He's not long for this league anymore, I don't think. Right. But his backup, Tyler Smith, we go from one Ty Smith to another one.
Right.
He's supposed to be pretty good, and has been. And so I don't know. I mean, it's Zach Martin still looking great, but he gets hurt a lot. I don't know. We've got a few good big games coming up, plus Thanksgiving before long. It's the Redskins, and I wasn't expecting us to win the division, and we're not going to now. So
it's the Commanders, but okay, I understand.
Commanders, yeah.
Football team.
Football team, Washingtonians.
Right.
But yeah, I wasn't expecting us to win the division. We're not going to now. I said 2.5 games back now. So Philadelphia's taking off.
Well, they put a stranglehold on the division after that win with Dallas.
Yeah. I mean,
they put a stranglehold on the division.
Washington and the Giants are not going anywhere. They're both spinning out of control.
Yeah,
Washington won
that comes when Philadelphia comes to Dallas, so that'd be a good another game.
Yeah.
Forward to, so.
We'll probably get our revenge then. But
I mean, Jalen Hurts was okay. He threw for 279 yards, had 2 touchdowns. He was sacked. He had a decent game. At one point in time, he had a knee injury where we didn't know if he was coming back or not.
Yeah,
that was just before halftime, and he came back in the game after halftime was over with, so it didn't really affect the Eagles either way. So I mean, AJ Brown had a mediocre day. He had 66 yards and one touchdown.
Got a touchdown, though, didn't
he? He had a touchdown. So did Devontae Smith.
Right.
But the man today on that field was CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
11 catches for 191 yards.
Yep.
He did not have a touchdown.
Did not have a touchdown. He was
Dak's go-to
he
guy.
was one-on-one on the last play of the game in the end zone, and Dak didn't see him. So
So
I like to see these chances in those.
Has turned out to be the number one target for Dak Prescott, and that's fine. But if CD doesn't get in the end zone, it's all for naught. It's
all for naught. Yep.
So
Tolbert had a great game. I mean, he made a fantastic catch toward the last touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that really hurt was the fact that we got to 28-23. They go for 2. Dak gets flushed out, runs for the pylon, gets in, but then they show the replay and he stepped out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
I go, oh, great. And then we had Schoonmaker caught a touchdown pass, and they ruled it out because his knee was down on the 1-yard line.
Yep.
Back in the day, they didn't review these things, so those two would have probably held up. But everything is reviewed now, and it takes too long and spoils a good game.
But that's today's NFL.
Today's NFL, that's right.
Okay.
So it is what it is.
A couple of the games I want to go over with real quick.
Did we touch on the epicness that is the Miami Dolphins yet, or no?
Yes, we did to start with. Yes. I mean,
if you have something to add,
glad that he was able to beat the Dolphins today, John.
What's that?
The two of the teams that you hate the most, the Dolphins and the Chiefs.
But it's like, what's the narrative now? This team can't beat any good team.
They had no wins against winning teams this year.
No,
it's great. Love it.
You beat the hell out of
passes? Like if Josh threw that stuff, it'd be front page news about how bad he is.
Right.
Tua does that. It's like,
it's Tua. So are you already in first place now, or just will be if you win?
If you win tonight, they'll be in first place.
If we win,
they'll be in first place
because we have the tiebreaker because we beat.
Okay.
So
6-3.
So we'll see. It's
dude. Yeah, I mean,
Cincinnati is a hard out for us for whatever reason.
Right. I mean,
the past couple of years they've got our number, and
it should be interesting.
DeMar Hamlin's as healthy scratch tonight. He's not playing.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. He's
not a surprise.
Usually not playing. So,
as far as Miami, Tua was 21 of 34 for 193, 1 touchdown, 3 sacked 3 times, but he only had a quarterback rating of 87. So the Kansas City defense, which has been lauded all season long, is that they're better than they have been. This is one of the better defenses that Kansas City has had over the years. Pretty much shut down Miami. They pretty much shut them down.
Yeah.
They have Chris Jones
at halftime. So come on. But what I want to touch on is there's 2 games I want to touch on. Atlanta and Minnesota,
and
Tampa Bay and Houston. The reason why is because of the play of two totally different quarterbacks. Josh Dobbs had the game of his life today. He gets traded to Minnesota on Tuesday. Doesn't do any first team snaps. Doesn't throw balls to any of the receivers. Okay. Jaron Hall gets the start, and he's done in the first quarter because he gets a concussion and ruled out. Josh Dobbs comes in, and he balls. 20 of 30, 158, 2 touchdowns. Now, he sacked 3 times, but he had a quarterback rating of 101.8, and he hasn't taken and this was his first game action for Minnesota since the trade. But the big thing is that last drive that won the game today. He put on a clinic today.
Looked like he did at the University of Tennessee.
Correct. I mean, Josh Dobbs has been with 3 or 4 teams within the last 12 months alone.
Right.
Tennessee, Cleveland, Arizona, Minnesota. And just amazing job by him today against Atlanta. And that last drive was just phenomenal. And He was running. He had a lot. He had 66. He was the leading rusher for the Minnesota Vikings today, with 66 yards and a touchdown. And it was just a great performance. And Josh Dobbs is getting a lot of promos and a lot of congrats from not just fans but the media as well. Just amazing job by him.
Now, when he was with Cleveland, there was someone between him and Baker, right?
He was he only was on Cleveland. He was with the Browns during preseason. He didn't.
Okay.
It was just during preseason.
Oh, okay.
He was traded to Arizona,
right?
And we kept whatever his name is that played before Deshaun went down. Whatever his name is, I don't care anymore.
Brissett?
No, it wasn't Brissett. It was. Oh shit! Hang on.
He's already moved on.
Hang on, I've already moved on from this. Yes, hang on.
Colt McCoy.
No, it wasn't Colt McCoy. Oh gosh, where is it?
I think the Colt McCoy tour is still going on, isn't it?
PJ Walker.
PJ Walker.
So he was traded away in favor of PJ Walker and Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Yeah.
Okay, or where they call him DTR in Cleveland.
DTR, yeah.
And the fans, Browns Twitter is going crazy. Been going crazy the last few weeks because they said, why did you trade this guy? We should have kept him. Well,
who knew?
Right? Who knew? So hats off to him and the job he did today. The other game. How about CJ Stroud, guys? What about CJ Stroud today? 30 of 42, 472 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a quarterback rating of 147.8. He set the record for most yards by a rookie in the history of the NFL. And he went 75 yards in 40 seconds to win the game today against the Buccaneers.
A real laser strike for that last touchdown.
Yes, yes, and the pass before that with the touch pass on the sidelines, and then the touchdown pass. That was just pretty impressive. You know what? Right now he's the rookie of the year. Right now that's what he is. He's the rookie of the year. And,
quite possibly.
And it was fun to watch. I'm sitting here watching because the Minnesota game and the Houston game.
I'll be right back.
We're getting exciting at the exact same time, and I'm on here watching Scott Hansen in the red zone, and it's just back and forth between the Vikings game and
Houston
game. It was a lot of fun to watch. And Scott Hansen was having a blast. He was going crazy because it came down to the wire on both games, and it was just fun. Baker had a decent game. No interceptions for Baker today.
Good.
And he did lead them on an inspirational drive to score with 46 seconds left. But they were playing against CJ Stroud and the Texans, and CJ just was crazy. It was a good week of football. Baltimore made Seattle look amateur, and made Seattle look like an amateur hour, 37-3. My feeling is that the Ravens right now are the best team in the NFL, even better than the Eagles, Cowboys, Chiefs. I think they're the best team in the NFL. The way the Ravens have been playing, and the Browns have them next week, and I'm nervous. I'm looking to look nervous.
I'm looking at the Ravens gave up 3 points today, and the Browns gave up 0.
Correct.
So I'm thinking if I'm in Vegas, I'm taking the under next week.
Taking the under next week, right? Yes.
Like maybe a 13-10 game.
Under. Take the under.
Take the under. Take the U.
New Orleans beat Chicago. Chicago was who we thought they were.
Mm-hmm. Still are after all these years.
Listen to freaking Chris.
Yeah.
Chris Collinsworth. God save me.
I know, right?
Chris Collinsworthless.
Well, John is Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah.
Chris Collinsworthless. The man with 1,000 opinions and zero intelligence.
Right. And then, Las Vegas, John, they fire their head coach and GM, and they come out the next week and put 30 points up, which they hadn't scored 30 points the entire season.
And I think Devontae had 2 targets, did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, McDaniels is awful. I mean, he's just
Actually, Devontae had 7 targets today.
Did he? Oh, okay.
Yep. He had 4 receptions, 34 yards. Longest was 12 yards. He didn't have touchdown.
I think McDaniels is headed for the USFL.
Yeah, not even good enough for the
No, he's going to go running home back to Bill and be his offensive coordinator and the heir apparent to the
Bill go. Who?
So.
No.
And Ken and I were just going to do the Patriot way, meaning the Bill Belichick way, is no longer the standard in the NFL, John. It just doesn't work anymore in the NFL.
Yep.
Belichick dynasty is done.
Yes.
It's
Check.
great. They lost to Washington, right? Didn't
They did.
Yeah.
They
hate to see it.
They had not lost to Washington since 2002, and the last time Washington beat him was 20-17, and today it was 20-17. So
yes, Mac Jones throws a late pat interception.
Mm-hmm.
That's still the victory for the Commanders. You hate to see it, but
Macaroni Jones.
You hate to see it.
Macaroni.
Screw New England. Who cares?
It is payback time.
Yeah, man.
So what else you guys want to talk about?
This, that, and the third. What else going on?
You're not said anything about the Colts Panthers. Anybody know about that? 27-13.
I started the Colts defense. 34 points. Yes.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryce Young had a rough day again. 3 picks.
Mm-hmm.
170, 24, 39 for 173. I mean, it wasn't really a great game. It was ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, Gardner Minshew was 17-26 for 127. I mean, so it wasn't much better than Bryce Young, but again, he didn't throw a pick. He was sacked once. Bryce Young was sacked 4 times.
If you have 17 completions, only 126 yards, you're not doing anything but dump the ball off.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Carolina's a mess. It really is.
Yep. Colts are 4-5. Carolina 1-7.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Neither one of them going anywhere.
Them and Tennessee are looking up at the Jaguars. Jags are the best team in that division right now.
Oh, yeah. I expect Jags to pull away with that one.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor only had 47 yards. Chuba Hubbard had 58.
Chuba Hubbard, the pride of Sherwood Park, Alberta.
Correct. Is it Chuba or Chubba?
Chuba.
I
think when he was at Oklahoma State, they kept calling him Chubba. So
you say Chubba, I say Chuba.
The highlight of that game was Kenny Moore II, who had two pick sixes today for the Colts. That was the highlight of the whole game.
Let's just call him Chubbard.
Chuba Chubbard. Oh, hello, dog. I like you. You don't bite me. She wants some camera time. Come on, puppy. Oh,
come on. Come on,
puppy. Oh, hello. Oh,
wow.
She is fucking huge, John.
Yeah.
She's actually, for a Rottweiler, she's not that big.
Yeah. Rotties are usually a little bit bigger than that.
Ow. Jeez, man. There, say hi to people. There.
She could probably swallow one of those cats.
Oh, yeah. She chased one of them up a window, up a tree. So, Yeah, it was pretty funny. I got to introduce her to the cat, so she doesn't.
Yeah.
She's already been introduced to the chickens, so she doesn't. She plays with the chickens. So get a job. Go.
She didn't seem like a really violent dog either. She's really sweet.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh! I mean, it's like my wife is like, we gotta like revisit this whole guard dog thing. I'm like, I don't want a killer Rottweiler. Like I never wanted. I want the Rottweilers how they're supposed to be. Cool,
that's the problem with Rottweilers is that their reputation is for being killer.
If you've got a violent or a attack,
they get trained that way. Yeah,
it's a reflection of the owner who doesn't.
Right, exactly. They get trained that way. Basically, they're very friendly dogs.
You want them like this. This is how you want them. And if
yes,
someone comes
exactly.
on your property and they start showing aggression towards you, that's where it flips its switch.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Oh God, Brett. What do you think, guys? Look at Brett's question.
From what I've heard, if he does come back, it's going to be to the Bears.
Yeah.
I don't think he's coming back. I think he's been there, done that. I don't think he likes the NFL. I think he's having too much fun at Michigan. And
well, what do you think of the scandal, kid? I know you're a Michigan alum, so I want to ask you.
I think the scandal is a bigger bunch of bullshit that I've seen in 2 or 3 years. It's absolutely it's much ado about absolutely nothing. If you don't want your signals stolen, change your signals, change your cards. That's what TCU did.
Mm.
They just enjoy picking on Michigan. I don't know what it is, but I blame Ohio State for that.
As a Buckeyes fan, I'm happy about it. So I was like,
I'm sure you are. But Ohio State looked like crap against Rutgers for the first half and turned it on in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yep.
Michigan has Penn State next week. We'll see.
Nothing matters until the game, right, Ken?
Right.
Nothing matters until the game.
One thing I can say, though, is, and I find this hilarious, that Lincoln Riley finally fired Alex Grinch as a defensive coordinator after giving up 10,000 points.
I'm just want to hear about college football. I'm sorry, John.
I'm watching the Bills game anyway. So
yeah.
I mean, USC was supposed to be the team in the
exactly.
Their defense couldn't stop anybody.
No. They can't stop anything, even with disc brakes.
I mean, look at Colorado. They almost lost to Colorado, for God's sake.
Yes. They got smoked by Washington. They got smoked by who was it that beat them?
Oregon.
Oh, Oregon. They got smoked by Notre Dame.
Yep.
That's. We'll see SC in a bowl game, but it ain't gonna be.
I think the Huskies are the best team in the Pac-12 right now. I think the Huskies are the best.
Yeah, I think we may see a rematch between Oregon and Washington.
The Pac-12 championship, yeah.
Yep. I think I just read it that way. Penix is playing out of his mind. So is Bo Nix, for that matter.
Yep.
I think this.
Bo Nix has found a rejuvenation in Oregon. He's
right, exactly.
Out of his mind. He's in the right system. He's playing very well. He's a Heisman contender.
Right.
But that quarterback from Washington, I think, is going to get the Heisman. He's playing out of his mind.
Penix, Penix.
Yeah, Penix.
In Indiana, he was from Indiana, and he looked good at Indiana, but he's looking outrageous right now. Plus, they ran the ball. Their running back that I can't remember where he said he transferred from. He gained 256 yards last night against this defense.
Yeah, Brett.
I can't remember the last player I saw rush for 200 yards against SC. I mean, that's unheard of.
Yes, FSU is as they see. They're good. They're that good.
FSU is good. They should be in the playoff.
Yep.
They've got a pretty rough run here coming up pretty soon, I think. But they should, I think, run the table.
And Clemson beat Notre Dame Saturday.
Clemson beat Notre Dame to pieces, and Dabo's already saying, "Hey, better invest in him now." I've heard that one.
I really don't like Dabo Swinney. I really don't.
Well, I got news for you. Dabo is headed for Bama. If you think,
you think
Saban's
going to retire?
That's almost done deal. Because
Saban's going to retire. They're going to put Dabo in Alabama.
When Saban retires, Dabo Swinney takes over at Bama.
Wow.
That's almost, I think, a done deal because Dabo played at Bama. He was a receiver at Bama and on their 92 national championship team. So, I think that's almost in stone.
Newsflash: Cleveland Cavaliers 108, Warriors 114 for the Cavaliers, 102 for the Warriors with 1 minute left to go in the game. Go Cavs. The Browns. So the Cleveland teams get back-to-back wins today with the Browns and the Cavaliers. So I'm happy. By
the way, John, I'm sorry, but my Stars beat your Oilers again the other night.
No, Oilers are just miserable.
I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah, I don't know what it's. I can't.
Sources are saying the
all
Giants
that by losing Calgary.
Sources are saying the Giants fear that Daniel Jones tore his ACL.
Yep. Best money they ever spent.
Oh yeah.
So now, do the Giants tank to get a quarterback in the draft next year?
With Tyrod Taylor in the helm?
No. The rookie was at the helm today.
Oh, was
Vito.
Oh, okay.
Vito's the new starter.
Wasn't Tyrod hurt last week? I think that happened. Didn't he get hurt?
That's right. Tyrod did get hurt. That's right.
Collapsed or busted rib or something.
Busted rib, yeah.
Tyrod Taylor's had the worst luck in his entire career.
I feel bad for him. Okay, that's enough.
Good to see the Buffalo defense is just stout.
I'm sorry, that was sarcasm, right?
Yeah, and Cincinnati's just
going down
the field.
Surgical. It's like 5 yards here, 10 yards. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. It's this bend don't break defense. You know, let's stop them down to the 20-yard line. You know, it's like that's a hold. That's a hold. Wow, they didn't call that. Wow.
Nope. They didn't.
Wow. Oh my God.
Wow. Excuse me.
Whatever, man. It's
just
It's just so annoying.
All right, what else you got, John? Anything you want to talk about as far as coming up or what's going on with you? How's your job going? How's the truck driving going?
Oh, it's miserable, man. But
really?
Whatever. Oh, yeah, it's awful.
You heading hauls this week?
Driving in town now? No, you're not doing over?
Yeah, there's no long haul stuff. It's driving in town. It's I don't know. It's cool being home every night, but it's just I don't know. It's not what I signed up for. It's not what I wanted. I wanted to, actually drive. So
no deliveries to West Edmonton Mall.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally what it feels like. Where are you going? West Edmonton Mall. Okay, great. Yeah. I don't know, man.
I enjoy your tweets on high school football in Texas, Ken.
Hey, thanks.
I enjoy those. It's really
the high school I went to has now lost 26 games in a row.
Oh, jeez. Now, are you doing this at the game or just from home?
At the game. I'm at the game.
Really? Okay.
Yep. I'm mostly tweeting all the scoring plays and everything, but pretty good response for them. So
good.
So
good.
That's,
I know you like doing it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
Good
God. The Bills can't stop anything right now, John.
It's like every week it's this, and then we're gonna poop the bed on offense. It'll be 3 and out. Then they'll go up by 2 scores. It's just
Oh my God! Wait to see this TD dance.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
Corner end zone. I got one quick question for you.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pathetic, man. That's the Buffalo defense, man. Like just
9 plays, 76 yards, 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Holy cow.
That was pathetic, man. And that's Sean McDermott's defense.
Yep.
I don't need a defensive coordinator. I'll do this all myself.
Don't hire Alex Grinch.
Yeah.
He's available. Now, I wanted to get a quick, another quick hockey question for you.
Okay.
Do you see the NHL mandating these neck guards in the near future?
I hope so. I hope so, because it would have saved the life of that player that died in India.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I had not seen, or I guess I had seen them before. I didn't pay that much attention to them.
I don't know that there's been another. I don't recall another player dying on the ice like that with a skate.
Not directly. Indirectly, yes. The Bill Masterton died after he hit his head on the ice, but that was like 3 or 4 days later.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only death I've ever seen in the NHL. I was 8 years old.
But the frequency of skates to the neck has been going up.
God, yeah,
it's been going up over the last few years. So I have no problem with the NHL instituting the requirement of putting those neck guards on players. Yeah. It's going to save someone's life, because
especially
if you skate to the neck, it's going to hit your carotid and you're going to bleed out right there on the ice. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that nearly happened.
Right.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, I'm with you.
Corey Kluber, I really don't know where he's going to go now.
Corey Kluber needs to retire and walk off into the sunset. I
would say, if I were guessing right now, I could probably see him going back to the Guardians.
Well, he's a multiple Cy Young winner. Right. He was great when he was with the Guardians / Indians.
Right.
He is beloved in Cleveland.
Probably.
He just needs to sign a one-day contract with the Indians and walk away. They're the Guardians and walk away. So that's my thought.
JT rejected his rejected his player option, and so looks like he may be walking. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that too. Red Sox are losing a couple of good players, but
we'll see what happens. Hot stove's about to get turned on here for the next few weeks. So,
all right, fellas, let's get out of here. John, I'll leave you to your misery of watching this game tonight.
This is going to be such a lousy night. I can feel it already.
Newsflash, those are still here. The Sports Nerds will be back on Tuesday. Whether it's just me and Eliot, or me, Eliot, and Ken, or Johnny, if he can join, because I know he's got a podcast on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We are officially going 3 nights a week: Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 7:30 each night. If you can join us, that's great. If not, that's okay too. We'll catch you in the replay. But we're going to do 3 shows a week. Tuesdays, we'll probably recap the Sunday night and Monday night football games. Thursday, we'll preview the weekend in the NFL on Sundays. Mm-hmm. And we will cover, in both shows, we'll cover other sports, not just football. So that's my goal. And we'll do that. And hopefully we'll have a good time doing it.
So we'll probably get some badminton in at some point.
Yeah, maybe some pickleball too. You never know, Ken. On behalf of my co-host, Mr. Ken Koslow and Mr. John G. Olson, we're the Sports Nerds. We're out. We'll see you Tuesday.
Ciao.